Draft Chaff. Coming up this week.
Yeah, I met you and Zach both at a pre-release where I beat both of you.
Thanks for the reminder. I wasn't going to mention that. But if she could read every card to me in the pool, I bet I could build a steel pool on a drive.
Yeah, dude.
A Minecraft squid OC.
This is lore. This is DSK lore. We don't know.
What's up, aficionados, and welcome back to Draft Chaff. This is episode 219. I'm Ben, one of your hosts, and coming at you live is Tyler on the other end. What's up, dude?
Hanging in there, man. How you doing? We got some beautiful fall weather here in New Jersey. I'm soaking it up. I love it.
Yeah, glad we're not in Florida. Best wishes to everyone
Best
who's about to
there,
experience that. I can't even imagine.
No, I got some family in Tampa. They're bunkering down now.
Jeez.
They're not in any evacuation zones, but still,
Okay.
I mean, storm's kind of crazy. And I just read there's another storm, Natalie, right behind now coming up.
Oh, no.
So it's nonstop over here.
The government weather machines are on full
They got to
blast.
stop creating those hurricanes over here.
Okay, well, this week we have a bit of a mental check-in. We've got some mental magic this week and a bit of an announcement too, which we'll get to later. Before we do, Discord's the best place to be to chat with us, hang out, discuss all things Magic the Gathering with your favorite aficionados. In there, we are posting trophy decks, bounties, all that sort of good stuff. Anything else that you can think of, Magic or non-Magic related, the Discord's the best place to do it. And it's also free. Some Discords you have to pay money or be sub to a Patreon to get in. Just hop in. We just talk about Magic. It's awesome. Patrons, thank you so much. As always, you really keep us going. And we really have to thank you, for all the episodes you've stuck with us for. If you're interested in supporting us on Patreon, you can support us for just 25 cents an episode or more if you're so inclined. There are cool perks over there, stickers, behind the scenes show notes, unedited episodes, which are honestly a lot of fun because those are, I mean, we keep it pretty rated G for the show. If any of my students find this, I gotta watch myself a little bit, but behind the scenes is where the real fun happens. So definitely be sure to check that out if you're interested. Now, our Crack a Draft thing this week. This one's kind of special. It's unique. CubeCon is next week. I can't believe it's come up so fast. I'm super stoked for this. I am one of the featured cube creators. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. I mean, it's pretty exciting. I think it's 500 people are going or 600 people are going.
Oh, wow.
And I'm one of the 70, I think, cube creators that's featured there. So it's I guess it's 1 in 5 people. So it's
still pretty cool.
Know.
Congratulations. Very exciting.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked to have my cube be featured in the main event. And I'm curious to see how it gets rated because people playing are going to be rating the cubes about different things. I had to organize the whole thing, and I swept over the cards, and I realized I was actually missing some alternate printings and a couple actual cards that I thought I owned that I didn't. And thankfully, I was able to get them quickly. Thanks to TCG Player. Please sponsor us.
Please.
We're not sponsored, but honestly, I do really like TCG Player. They always get you stuff pretty quick. In this case, my pack is comprised of several real cards that I have in front of me that are going straight to the cube. So our pack one, pick one. It just so happens I have 15 cards here. Griffin Airy, one of the white enchantment. Whenever you gained 3 or more life during a turn, you make a 2/2 Griffin with flying at your end step.
Not bad. Did you get the WoW art from this one? The newest art? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you did. You got to bling this out.
Okay, so the thing with the Draft Chaff Cube is when it was originally created, we had the idea of err on the side of Draft Chaff, right?
Yep.
The cards must be chaff, but also if we can get ones that have special printings or foil or sometimes even featured in secret layers, we always err on the side of those if possible.
Yeah, definitely. Got to get those gold gilded turds. Is how it is.
Of course. I think the cube itself you could buy for $115, which
That's
is pretty
crazy.
good for 540 Magic cards. For
it is, and it's a great experience. I've had the luck of drafting it a couple times. I won once.
Yeah, you did. I remember that black green deck, dude. That's
yes.
the ideal. It's sick.
Yeah.
I should tell you, I remember one of the best cards in that deck because I remember it so dearly. I'm pretty sure you beat me in the finals. Was that what it was?
I can't remember. We've done it so many times. I've only won once.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember what I won with. I remember I got to make one of the new achievements in the
Yeah,
cube.
yeah. Well, in any case, I remember I played against a really good black-green deck this one time, and it had Sir Conrad the Grim in it.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. This is at a friend of ours' house.
Yeah.
That card is sneakily. I mean, it's obviously just a great card in general, but like it just wins out of nowhere sometimes.
Yeah, it does. I got the Secret Lair version of it, which
Ooh.
the regular art Sir Conrad is like 2 cents.
Yeah.
Secret Lair, it's like $35, I think. But I was like,
really
it
blinging out
looks
this deck.
so sick. It looks so sick. But that's the thing, like owning a cube, it's almost like owning the coolest commander deck of all time because it's singleton, but you get to bring it places, and then 8 people get to play Magic.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. We've gone to how many tournaments, and I forget commander decks.
Yeah. Well,
Whereas if you bring a cube, you and 7 other friends that know how to play Magic are going to have a good time.
Definitely.
I'll get off my soapbox for the Draft Chaff cube, but I do genuinely love this cube. It's one of my things I'm proudest of in Magic. Second pick here is a classic, Mind Stone.
Okay. Rocks are good.
Yeah. It cycles. Like, artifacts isn't a thing, but it's just like, it's good ramp.
Yeah, it works in anything.
Next up is Village Rites. Got a nice foil Strixhaven. What are these called? Mystical Archive?
That sounds right. There's so many of them at this point.
That's the black sack a creature, draw 2 cards.
Good card.
Yep. Black, red, and black, white have sack vectors in them. So now here's a banger.
Fell. I love Fell.
Yeah.
I just like that has an owl on it. It's a good card though too.
I mean, it was funny with the anthropomorphic animals. Is Maha supposed to be like death?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Speaking of Maha,
this shows Maha slashing a bird to death. Like,
that's the Maha playmat too. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question though, because they're incarnates, right? But they can be killed. So it's like, or interacted with at least. So I don't know.
Yeah, you can't kill death, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
And she has a baby, so it's like, how does that work?
Yeah. Son of Death? I don't know. Now this next one, not gonna lie, this next one's starting to push it. I might even cut this one from the cube sometime soon. Heartfire Hero is very much not chaff right now. The fact that it is kind of a multi-format all-star. The fact that it's an uncommon from a recent draft set, though, I think does still make it draft chaff enough. But if this one sticks around in standard for another couple months, I think it might have to be cut from the cube.
Yeah, you might get some shots from that this weekend. People are like, hey, wait a minute.
It's one of the most expensive cards in the cube right now. I think it's like $2 or $3.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a couple cards that I allow to remain that price just because they are draft chaff, but they're so crucial for the decks that need them. But a couple other ones, some Bloomborough cards in here. Starscape Cleric, the Bat Drain card. Black-white has some fun cleric-y, drainy stuff. Stormcatch Mentor.
I love
the
otters.
Blue-red Otter. Terramorphic Expanse. I got a cool old border of this thing.
Nice, good card.
Yeah, wilds. What are you on so far, by the way? This is like 15 cards. Let's treat it like a pack.
So right now I'm thinking Fell is definitely my strongest pick here. Terramorphic Expanse obviously isn't great. Pack one, pick one. I don't think I'd lean towards that, but removal is always great. Yeah.
Now I did organize this as if it's a real pack, as if like commons, uncommons, rares in the back. This isn't really a rare, but it does have the rare set symbol. Counterspell.
Ooh, I have one of those in foil, dude. They're so
gorgeous.
Pretty. I love Counterspell.
I don't think Counterspell over Fell.
I think Fell over Counterspell. It's more. It's a little more restrictive because it's a sorcery, but I prefer strict removal. I also don't like playing blue, so.
Then you may or may not like the next card. Now, this one, I intentionally picked out this printing. I intentionally picked out a copy that was like played.
Okay.
Because there's no other Magic card like it. It's a beat up original printing Mana War.
Mana War. Ooh.
That's sick, right?
I do love that. I like Mana War. I just trash talk blue, but I love Mana War though. I love that card.
Yeah.
What are you going for here? What would you pick from this pile? I still think Fell is the pick. Obviously, I don't want to pick one of these like the Otter, the 2-color uncommons. It's kind of hard to pick those.
Yeah, and I've seen the remaining 5 cards, so I
thought we were through the pack already. I can't keep track of math.
We still got plenty more good stuff. If it was the pick so far, I think personally I would go for the Mana War, but that's my heart talking. If I was playing in CubeCon and there was a lot of money on the line, as there is, which is sick, I'd take the Fell, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Now let's treat the next ones as if they're like the quote unquote Actually, no. I have one more common, and actually, no. The rest of these can be uncommons, and then we'll call it 2 rares at the back.
Okay.
It's like a
play booster.
It's a play booster, right? So here, an uncommon. Really, this is like a rare, I think, from a secret layer, but Pilgrim's Eye.
Oh, okay. Not too crazy. Yeah, I think Pilgrim's Eye.
Flyer, yeah.
Yeah.
ETB, get a basic. I mean, this actually might just be the pick.
Yeah, no, it's a safe pick.
So good.
Yeah, fits in any deck, unless there's some like crazy rare at the end here. It's definitely a safe pick.
Another uncommon, Shoreline Looter.
Ooh, I didn't realize this made the cube. It's a fun card.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I thought I ordered like a cooler printing of this. There's one with like the dark background as like the F&M promo, I think.
Nice.
Actually, I think Pilgrim's Eye might be the pick for me now. It's just so open, and in cube, like I value staying open pretty highly.
Definitely, I agree. Yeah, especially in this cube, there's so many great vectors to kind of go into. So this really leaves pure flexibility open.
Our last quote unquote uncommon is an older one, Stasis Snare. I don't know if people know this. It's 1 white for an enchantment with flash, and it's an O-ring.
Oh, nice. It's a beautiful art too.
Yeah. It's got some cool hedrons. It does just hit creatures, unlike a lot of the more recent ones.
Okay.
But it's 2 white instant speed O-ring for creatures.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It might just be better enough that you're supposed to take it, but double white's kind of restrictive.
Is there a bounce? Forgive me. Is there a bounce archetype or vector in the cube? Like a
flicker and blue-white.
Okay, because flickering O-rings is beautiful, just permanently exiling things.
Well, blue-white has flicker.
Okay.
But then there's also flash, which is seeded into blue-green, but also supported in white. So, not to give away much about the cube, but green-white flash is one of my favorite hidden archetypes.
Ooh.
It's so sick. The trick is you need to pick up Wilderness Wreck or one of the other green ways to untap stuff. I think it's Seedborn Muse. I don't even know if
Seedborn Muse is in this. Okay.
It might not be. It might not be, actually. I I forget.
A card Bandit Commander.
Or you could play Bant, and you can just splash the Prophet of Krufix.
There you go. Okay.
Which that one does it too. But then there's a bunch of white cards with flash, and this is one of them. So
nice. Cool. No, that's a fun archetype.
All right. Now, onto our quote-unquote rares here. We'll start with an oldie but a goodie. Tromokratis.
Oh, I don't even know what this does.
Let me read it. This is 5 blue for an 8/8 Kraken. It's a legend. This is from Born of the Gods, I think.
Ew.
Tromokratis has hexproof unless it's attacking or blocking.
Okay.
So hexproof from sorceries, which is pretty cool.
No.
And then it can't be blocked unless all creatures defending player controls block it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's something. So this is mostly a reanimator card, but you can also put it as the top end to like a blue-green ramp deck or something.
Yeah, cool.
It could be a control finisher, blue-white. It's pretty narrow though. You wouldn't put this in every blue deck.
It has to be blocked, right? Like you're not really getting damage with this too often. Well, actually, no, because everything has to be blocked. Oh, that's such a weird build around. Yeah,
it's like all or nothing. It's kind of funny with combat tricks and that sort of thing.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, the combat tricks on that is hilarious.
Yeah. And it mostly has X-proof, unless it's attacking or blocking, and then But yeah, I mean it's fine. It's like a good reanimator card.
Yeah,
but that's kind of what it is.
Was that a pre-release promo one too? I saw. Nice.
It was. And this last one was a promo too. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how you get this promo. Like I don't know what it was from.
Yeah.
Doesn't actually even. Oh, it was a bundle promo. It says it on the card. This is our last card in the pack. Herd Migration.
Oh, very nice. 5-color domain. Ooh,
5-color domain. Now,
if this was DMU, I would slam that.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, I think I would slam it here too. 5-color domain isn't really an established deck, but I mean, you certainly can do it.
Yeah.
If you're brave enough. There's a couple other 5-color build-arounds. Could be cool.
5-color. There is duels in this, right? There's common duels in this.
There are plenty of common duels, and I think there's one cycle that has the land types still.
Nice. That's what I was going to ask. Cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But this is a 540 cube, right? So you're not guaranteed to even see some of those fixings.
Yeah. So what do you think? What's your overall pick here?
Yeah, so you made some good points on the Pilgrim's Eye. I think that's a pretty safe pick. Pack one. Obviously, it doesn't feel too great to take a common, but it's good fixing. It's a body on the field.
Yeah,
it's probably the smart pick. I do like Fell here too. My heart tells me herd migration because I don't know. I like herd migration, but
Yeah.
it's not the safe pick.
Yep, I agree. I'd probably go with Fell if I'm feeling funny, herd migration. But I mean, Fell is just going to make every black deck you draft, you're always going to be happy with it. Whereas there's many decks where herd migration, even if you ended up playing green, wouldn't make it. So
Yep. Yeah. No, it's cool, man. I'm excited for this. Excited for you for next week. Excited to hear what happens and how it goes. I feel like I'd be stressing the whole time though. Like people are like, "Oh, what do they think of it? I hope they're having a good time."
Nah, I won't be too worried though. I feel like it's gonna be like a warm reception from the community.
Yeah.
People
It's like putting your baby on show though, you know.
I mean, yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
At the same time, I think there's a much more important baby we should be discussing. You've got some more important baby news.
Yeah. Yeah, I know some exciting baby news. We're only like 2 weeks out from the birth at this point, so we're getting real close. We're doing baby classes and stuff like that. But man, I'm getting freaked out.
Dude, no, this is exciting. This is amazing. Like,
it is.
You're gonna be a 10 out of 10 dad. Absolutely.
Thank you. Can't wait to share magic with her.
Yeah, that'll be sick. That being said, we do have an announcement. We've been mulling this over, and out of respect for Tyler and his now growing family, we're going to take a bit of a hiatus from the show. Just probably for like a month or so.
Probably jump back in with Foundations. Yeah,
jump back in with Foundations, which I think we said releases. When is it? Like
I think the 15th is official release, so the week prior is going to be pre-release. That's when we like to put out the set review. So about a month from this point.
Yeah, so we'll be back with the Foundations format breakdown, ideally. But, this is exciting, and it just didn't feel right asking for Tyler's time when he has such a big and important moment in his life. And that being said, I still want to play Magic with you during this time. We'll hopefully still upload some stuff to YouTube if we can. But I also totally understand if, your priorities shift a little bit.
Yeah. I'll have 6 weeks of leave, but we also have to like feed the baby every 2 hours, and things just compound. So once we get into a routine over here, we'll hop back on the pod and try to get back to a consistent schedule.
Totally. By the way, patrons, I've gone ahead and paused the Patreon. So your support has always been really appreciated, but I don't want you to be paying for a month when we're not releasing stuff, right? Now, that being said, I think this is a great time to chat about our mental health. It turns out as of tomorrow, for our recording date, tomorrow is World Mental Health Day. And at my school today, we actually had a mental health day where during 2 periods adjacent to lunch and during the lunch block, a bunch of outside mental health organizations come in. They set up sort of like a mental health fair.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty great. They had a bunch of giveaways and free shirts and candy. They brought in therapy dogs. There were like 5 or 6 dogs roaming the hallways. And there was a planking contest. I don't really know what that was about.
Planking? Like 2012 planking?
More like the exercise, but that's what I was hoping.
Okay.
I didn't actually participate in that one because, as I told one of my students, I'd be there all day.
Professional. I mean, I've seen Ben's 8-pack before, so it's kind of hard to compete.
Yeah, that's how it is. So anyway, it was a really nice moment for the students.
Good.
And I think a lot of them, as I tell my classes, that a lot of them are stressed out about school and managing their balance with that and with their extracurriculars too. And I think this is pretty relevant for us as if you're listening to this, presumably you're pretty into Magic the Gathering, and that can sometimes creep into an unhealthy place in people's lives. As content creators, I think we know this probably pretty intimately, right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think this is also important to talk about now, the mental health too. There's been a lot of turmoil in the Magic community recently. Some Magic Commander bans may have been upsetting some people, and I think we all kind of relax, discuss, and kind of, I don't know, meditate on it all for a little bit.
Yeah, if you're getting so upset over what is ultimately a game, for maybe valid reasons, but whatever reasons they are, ultimately, this is a game designed to be played with other people, and it's designed to be entertaining or fun or make you happy in some way. And if you find that Magic isn't making you happy, then that's
might be time to stop away for a little bit. You
got some problems to sort out there. Yeah.
Yes.
So I thought it'd be cool if today we just spent some time checking in with ourselves and our relationship with the game. And listener, we encourage you to kind of think through these same bullet points, these same questions that we ask ourselves, and consider your own Magic gameplay. I've definitely found myself in spots where I felt like I had a unhealthy relationship with not just Magic, but like video games in general.
Yeah.
Um, so I think this can be really useful. So let's jump into it. I always like to start things like this when I do these things with my students with a one word check-in. Uh, and this doesn't have to be Magic related, but if you had one word to describe how you feel right now, what would that be?
Oh man, you're putting me on the spot. This feels like those icebreakers you do like the first day of a class.
I was an
Um,
OL. I was an orientation leader. I am a teacher. I
were you
know
were you
literally
an RA
every
too?
icebreaker. Oh yeah. I was an
Okay, so
RA.
this is like born into you. I mean,
I have icebreakers up the wazoo. Like I got it.
one word for me right now, I would say is probably stressed. There's a lot
Mhm.
of outside factors. Obviously, the baby's coming. Just a lot of life turmoil right now for me. But it's good stress, I would say. It's not
Mm.
overwhelming. It's not taking over. It's healthy stress. How about you?
Yeah. No, that's good. Stress can definitely be like a good motivator when
Yeah.
balanced. I would probably say tired. And that is
Yeah.
the ultimate cop out word that my students use every single time. And I actually hard ban the word tired. But when
Mm,
they say it, I think they often just mean like they stayed up too late, like doing homework or something. That might have
yeah.
mental health implications in its own right. Usually they just use it as a cop out. But I actually mean this in that like I'm losing sleep because
Mm,
of my work life balance. And when I'm tired, I'm not performing my best in both Magic and like today I wrote the incorrect number in one of the trig functions I was solving. And just like not like I calculated wrong.
yeah.
I had a known quantity and I just wrote 4 instead of 5. And then I was like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Like, there's no am I rushing? Am I tired? Am I off my game? Like, why would I write a 4 there? I just wrote that it was supposed to be a 5. And like, those are the sort of little slip ups that like ultimately don't matter that much, but they don't feel good, you know?
No, I agree. Sleep is so important. Unfortunately, the position you're in, it's kind of tough. Work-life balance as a teacher, I'm sure, is really difficult to balance. Like work doesn't end after school. There's a continuation. You have papers to grade. It's kind of
Mhm.
an ongoing thing.
Yeah. That is unfortunately kind of how it is for educators in the country. We're a pretty ultimately disrespected profession, I'd say all around. But so now specifically regarding Magic, about how much time would you say you spend playing Magic, like
So I
personally?
I think everybody kind of goes through ups and downs. I experience this a lot. Like I'll miss a set sometimes. Life obviously
Mhm.
takes over. Magic's my biggest hobby, but life happens. Bloomborough, I was probably playing like 4 or 5 hours a day, certain days. You know what I mean? Like working from home, lunch breaks.
Yeah.
Duskborn, I've kind of settled down again. Probably I'll probably play like 1 or 2 drafts a day. I've been doing quick drafts actually, which is
Hmm.
not something I normally do, but it's been nice to be able to just kind of start a draft. If I have to stop, I can kind of take that time. Obviously, I've been busy at home, but there's always variation with how much I'm doing.
Do you feel like that's been like an appropriate amount of time?
Probably not. So this is, I think, part of the issue with Arena. Like, and this is also doesn't have to do with just the time thing. Arena is so easy to access, and it's so
Mm.
easy to just kind of get sucked into this time loop of playing Magic. And I've noticed I get more frustrated when I'm like constantly exposed to Magic. Like, there's no break. I'm losing a lot, and I get really frustrated. I almost miss the pre-arena days when it was just F&M. I feel
Mm.
like I really got to focus, be part of the community more.
You were there
You
too.
were there, exactly. You were touching the card. You were interacting with people. Like the anonymity of being behind a computer screen can be very frustrating, I think.
Mhm.
And I do have to step back from it sometimes because it is so easy to it's just there. It's like TikTok. You keep scrolling. I keep
Yeah.
drafting.
Just one more draft, right?
One more draft. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. I think with paper Magic, if I have driven to a local game store and I've brought out my sleeves and I've sat down next to people, I'm a lot more invested in how those games go than a draft I have on one of my 2 monitors while I'm eating dinner, you know?
Definitely.
And I think there's something to be said about that because when you're playing that locked in and you care that much, you're definitely playing better.
Mhm. Yeah, this is a big issue for me too. It's like Subway Surfer is below the video. I have like a YouTube video going, and I've got Arena going, and I'm not committing to this, and it takes away from both experiences. And that's
Mm,
again, like you were saying, in paper, like this is what I'm focusing, and I'm not hyper fixated, but like this is what my attention's on, and I do feel like I do play better.
yeah.
Um, which is also probably better for my mental health because I'm not frustrated on these simple little mistakes I make.
Yeah. I've totally been in the same boat. I have I have actively stopped myself in the middle of a game and just gone like, I just punted because I was watching a video on my other monitor.
Yes.
Like, what am I doing? Don't I care about how this is going?
Yeah.
Don't I actually care about my like 17 lands win rate or like my
Mhm.
trophy stats or like that sort of thing? I pride myself on the skill that we have in this game, right?
Yeah.
Like we spend a lot of time playing it, and I play at RCQs. I try to do well there. So why shouldn't I be practicing like I perform, right?
Agreed. Definitely.
I would say I probably have been doing between 0 and 1 drafts per 2 days, or
Oh,
like
wow. Okay.
between 1 day or 2
Now I
days.
look like an addict compared to you.
Well, that's the thing. I think it usually for like, I mean, over the summer, I'm
Yes.
just jamming nonstop. Sometimes like during the arena opens, I'm just like, I got nothing to do today. I'm just in it for all day.
Yeah.
Uh, but during the school year, it really is just like if I have time while I'm eating dinner, maybe I'll fire a draft. But sometimes I just gotta be answering some emails or like
Yeah.
grading papers while I'm eating dinner, and because I know that like I just don't have the hours to spend an hour and a half doing a draft, which I don't love, and that's an aspect of the teacher work life balance that I really don't like. I think I might maybe someday look more for a job that maybe I don't get summers off, but maybe my nights are free
More
all
freed up.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Become an accountant like me. We work 9 to 5 and then it's just you forget about it, you know?
that does sound nice in some
Oh, it's
ways.
beautiful.
Now, I would say I've been playing less since the school year started for sure. I hope to get myself back in a spot where I can be a little more involved. I like being up to date on the 17 lands data and like
Definitely.
weird little meta shifts. Because I think that sort of stuff is a lot of interesting. That's one thing I love about Magic. Like one thing that I think back to is what was it, Midnight Hunt? When Blue Black was just the best deck by
Mhm.
far. Was that Midnight Hunt or was that Val?
I didn't play during Midnight Hunt, so
I
it's
think it
one of
was
my
Midnight Hunt.
breaks.
Yeah, it was one of those sets. Well, Blue Black was just mega forceable, and you were supposed to force it for the first I think the first 2 weeks or so of the format. And it was the Organ Hoarder, which was just like the best card by far at common. And you were just supposed to force Organ Hoarders and blue black zombies every time. And that was cool. It was like a little in event. It was you're part of the know if
Mm.
you knew you're supposed to be forcing blue black. And then after around 2 weeks, blue black dried up because everyone knew Organ Hoarder was like a first pickable card. And it just didn't happen anymore. And then the meta shifted and then it rebalanced. And then blue black was still very good, but other decks are playable too. And that sort of thing I find very cool. If that's happening in Duskmourn right now, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we had
I
something
just,
similar like with MH3,
yeah,
like Chrysalis was really big, and I think we started to
yeah,
realize the
yeah.
energy was pretty effective. Yeah, it's cool to see like draft changes with every set, but it also changes like you're saying, like as the meta shifts within that subset. And it's really great to
Mhm,
see, but it's one of those things if you're not drafting every day, you're not seeing these meta shifts. Like
mhm,
if you're not paying attention, like it can be a lot, you know?
mhm. Now, when would you say you're having the most fun while playing Magic?
When a new set comes out.
Yeah.
No, I think that's how most people are. As drafters, we like the refresh. It's like a new experience every time. And I think that's what makes draft so fun because every draft is different. Every game's different. Like if you're playing like a standard deck, like there's a meta, you see what happens. And draft it's something new every time. Like when Duskborn first came out, that first week is my favorite. Like right before the set
Mm,
comes out, we have it on Arena. That's the best time to draft. You're experimenting, seeing what's new. Um, that's my favorite. I'm assuming that's similar for what you would say too, but what do you think?
Well, I was gonna say drafting with my friends, but
Oh, I thought we were talking about. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
gotcha. No,
got
but
him. Yeah.
I agree. I think the novelty is a really big aspect of it, and I think
Yes.
that's actually why I love my cube so much
Mm,
because that is something that I can kind of continually refresh, but it's always going to be there.
mm,
Um, they say cube will outlive paper magic, which that's true. It always
yeah.
will, right? No matter when paper magic ends or if it goes on forever, people's cubes will still exist after that. So
Yeah.
uh, that being said, I agree. I think the new formats, but also just like I do think that pre-release is something so special because that's the night when there's like 30 people in the
Yes.
building. You see all your friends you haven't seen since the last pre-release. You ask them how they've been, what's up, compare your pools, build the decks, hopefully or hopefully not get queued against a friend. Uh, I think paper magic is really where a lot of the magic happens. You know,
No.
they say the gathering is the real magic.
No, 100%. No, you make a good point. I was thinking more broad, but yeah, I
No,
gotta
I'm just
say.
trying to. I was just trying to get you. I set you up
No,
for that
no,
one.
no. It sort of makes sense. I wasn't even thinking about that because I would say pre-release is my favorite way to experience Magic. Like
Yeah.
that is like the week before pre-release. I'm like giddy. It feels like Christmas morning. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah, like you were saying, getting to see your friends, getting to see you in person because it doesn't happen too often. Being able to play with people you haven't seen in a while, experiencing these cards for the first time, like that is pure magic.
Yeah.
In the aspect of the game and aspect of magic, like like oh, this is
Yeah.
awesome.
Now, as far as our mentality about this goes, I would say I'm also happiest when I'm playing in person with people. That's some of the things that I remember the most. I'm excited for CubeCon because that's going to be like a big in-person event. I found that Cuban when we were at our Cube weekend
Yes,
a while back, that was a lot of fun. Some of the most fun
yes,
I've had playing Magic in a while. Ultimately, I think it's a game, right? And the real value in this game are the humans that it connects you with, right?
definitely.
I wouldn't have met you if it wasn't for Magic, right?
True. Yeah. I met you and Zach both at a pre-release where I beat both of you.
Thanks for the reminder. I
So
wasn't going to mention that, but
no, but you're right. That's how we meet friends. Like Ratafia, I met at Magic at one of our local
yeah,
stores, and meeting him led to us doing this cube cabin thing where we brought all of our friends together. And that's what it is. It's a community, and that's what I love about Magic. Now that I'm a content creator, it's you get to experience more of the community. It's
yeah.
it's one of the best aspects of it.
Now let's get into some specifics here. Any particular formats you've been liking playing most recently? You mentioned Quick Draft, but how about Commander? Did the bands crush your spirits?
So quick draft I've been playing just because I like the ease. Like I can take my time and think it through. Like premier draft, I think is the way to play. You like best of 3, I like best of 1.
Yeah.
But quick draft, I'm like, oh, let me think about this. I could step away for a minute. It
Mm.
lets me think about it a little more and it lets me climb the ladder a little cheaper.
True. Yeah.
So that's what I've been liking. Commander's been a little tough. Like we were saying, playing in person is the best way to do it. That's why I've enjoyed Commander. I met a friend group there. I have a Discord with them. It's just been tough. Like it's tough to just even record this right now with the amount of outside, like non-magic factors in life happening right now. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get back to Commander soon. I'm hoping to teach my daughter how to play Magic soon so I can just play with somebody at home too. So we'll see.
You're gonna have to wait a couple years, I think. But
her first word will be Valgavoth.
that's barely a word I can get out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I would say I've been playing a lot of Pioneer recently.
Nice.
Somewhat inspired by the RC that happened this past weekend. Really, I'm just a humans. I'm a White Weenies player at heart, and Mockingbird has been a pretty big addition to the deck.
That's not a human.
Well, it can
That's
be.
my,
It can
that's my
be.
format.
I know
like
it's
birds.
cheating. I'm excited to see how Standard shakes out a little more too. I definitely want to be playing in those that new tournament Standard series that was basically like Magic
Oh
Cons.
yes. What is it called?
Again.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's like basically,
yeah,
it's bringing back those things. Some of the promos look pretty good for this too. I think Standard's been in a less healthy of environment since we've gotten Duskmorn with these like Leyline of Resonance. I know people are pretty upset about some of these like turn 3 wins. But I think it's still pretty good. It's a format I'd like to get more familiarized with.
Yeah. I'm probably just going to pick the best aggro deck and master it, but that's just I mean, there's some good mid-ranging stuff too, but I don't know. I'm probably just I don't want to become the bad guy and play the Leyline deck, but
sometimes you have to, right? Like if that's where the meta is, like join them or what else?
Get crushed by them.
Get crushed, exactly.
Now I've really been liking the Arena Open recently. But here's something that I found coming up. Take this weekend as an example. I find the Arena Open just eats up so much time.
It does. And gems.
God, the gems. I mean, yes. I treat the Arena Open sort of like I'm going to a Magic Con that weekend. I'm like, if I've got to drop $50 on some gems, that's so fine. So be it. Yeah. To me, that is worth it monetarily to day 2 it, because when you day 2, you do get a lot of gems back, and like
it's true.
I can day 2 pretty reasonably. But what I think isn't healthy about this is that there's the repeatability of it. If it's like a qualifier play in, some of those they only happen like once, or sometimes like you only get like one shot at some of these tournaments. But the repeatability of things at the Arena Open, I have certainly found myself in a hole of like, well, if I just add 2,000 more gems, then I can do another entry. And then I go like 3 and 3. And I'm like, well, if I just add 3,000 more gems, I can do another entry. And then I'm like,
well, that's how they get you, right? Like, because none of the gem bundles you can get is equal to what they're selling. You know, actually, Starbucks is in a lawsuit for something similar where you can only load a certain amount of money into their app that never actually equals out. So you never really end the cycle of investing. And
interesting.
I agree. Yeah, it feels like a trap. I cut myself off at 2. If I'm not getting into 2, I'm done. You know, I think you do have to kind of cut yourself because it can be a lot, you know, especially you get a little defeated if you don't really get into that day 2. It becomes this cycle. I mean, Wizards of the Coast just want your money is what it comes down to.
Ultimately, yeah, that is how it is. I will cut myself off after a couple more than 2, but I mean, plus the fact that I did catch that one, I technically am still riding on that EV, right? I can enter.
Yeah, there you go. You're totally fine. We're good.
Yeah, totally. That didn't definitely immediately go into rent. So, I mean, the arena opens, I find difficult because they're so free and open to enter. Just from the outside visibility, I wonder though if other people have found themselves in the same boat. I mean, let us know in Discord what you think about this because I've definitely felt like I'm being sucked in. I've got plans this weekend, and there's an arena open this weekend, and they're plans that like they're fun, they're exciting, and then I'm going on a little trip with my girlfriend and some of her family to Massachusetts. So,
ooh, so what you're telling me is you're going to play the open on the drive up.
Well, yeah. Okay. You know what I've had the flicker in my mind of like if she could read every card to me in the pool, I bet I could build a sealed pool on a drive.
God,
dude. I don't need to see cards now playing the games that way. That would be interesting.
You're gonna like coach her through like, all right,
maybe you got to go in full control for this one. All right, here's what you're gonna
do. Oh boy.
So. Anywho, something is tugging at me about this, and it's that I like want to do both. Shouldn't I just want to go have fun plans with my girlfriend and her family? Like
this is a hobby, right? Like that's the goal of the hobby. It's something you want to do. I think it's healthy to want to do your hobby. You know what I mean? Maybe doing.
Thanks for validating this.
I'm validating. Yeah, you play that. This is a Magic podcast. You think I want to tell you not to play Magic?
You skip that vacation. You spend all day dumping gems on Arena.
I think it's healthy to have a hobby that you want to do, and I think it's also healthy to make the choice to say, "Hey, I'm going to stop for this weekend. I'm going to enjoy life for a little bit and step away." You know, that hobby's always going to be there. This isn't the last open where we're going to see. It's all about balance, right? That's really what this podcast is about. It's finding balance.
Now, am I going to gem one, later that night? Maybe.
But like, then you already did the day stuff, though, so you're good. You know?
Yeah, but then would I even have time on Sunday? I don't know. So I find myself in the situation. So I appreciate your input here. Maybe if I can fully withdraw myself from this arena open, I'll be pretty happy. But like, I don't know. I like Duskmourn. It's pretty fun to play so far. And I did want to close this episode with our thoughts on Duskmourn, given that we're not going to be having an episode until it's over.
Yeah.
What do you think about the format?
I've been really enjoying it. You know, it's very different from Bloomburrow for me. Bloomburrow felt very linear. Like I've been enjoying the sub-vectors you can kind of find in Duskmourn. I've been enjoying doing 3 colors again. I haven't really found a deck that I'm like blown away. I would say Black Green maybe is the one I'm most excited about that I've had a lot of fun with. But overall, I mean, I'm really enjoying the format. No complaints. I've done a lot of quick drafts. My win rate isn't the best right now, but it's still fun. How about you? How are you liking it?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's on my all-time favorites, but it's definitely good.
Definitely, yeah. Nothing feels too broken. Like there's no like, this is what you have to do or it's game over.
Yeah, for sure. And there's definitely bombs, but I really like the way the games play out. We often find ourselves in these sort of like, they have nothing, you have nothing, and like you both have like one thing in play still. I find that comes up a lot. And the question is, who can leverage their one thing a little better than the other person? And like, who's built their deck with a better vector, right? Who's going to top deck the thing that goes with their other thing just a little more, a little faster, a little better than the other deck? I played a really good Black-Red Sacrifice deck the other day, and that's sort of how I felt. I had the Egotist, the 3-mana 3/2 sack outlet, and I had a deck full of Clockwork Percussionists. And even in the late game, I'm just like, give me the percussionist. I
So
want
much
to see
value.
that monkey off the top, right?
Yeah.
And my opponent, they're also in a similar boat. They had like a 4/4 in play with I think it was the Survivor one that when it's tapped, you gain 2.
Yep.
So they're like looking to draw their survival stuff and maybe a way to punch through, maybe like a bite spell. And it ended up just being like, all right, this is good, clean, fair Magic. No one has snowballed too far out of control. We traded off a lot of resources. It was a very interactive game. So Duskmoor has a lot of good stuff going for it.
Definitely. Yeah. There's so many little things. Like we did a draft recently where we had Norin and we had like FOMO and like, I don't know, bouncing that, like repeating those effects was really fun.
Yeah, that was sick.
I'm still discovering some new stuff. No complaints. Not super overpowered, but fun enough. Longer games, I feel like, than Bloomborough or not too quick. So very happy.
With that, dear listeners, let's jump into our Teferi Tybalt section. I guess really sort of continuing the personal mental status. What's up with you this week?
So Teferi, we just had another appointment for the baby. Everything's good. You know, everything's on schedule. We're 2 weeks out.
Cool.
So that's really the only thing I'm worried about right now, but it's good news so far. Tybalt, we've had so many baby classes, dude. I don't know. I feel like we had one on Sunday. It's all over Zoom, which I hate. It was from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Like 0 breaks. It's just
that's long.
It's just a lot. And then no paper magic, really. We haven't really done too many paper magic events. I'm missing paper. You know, I'm hoping to make foundations pre-release. We'll see what happens. I'll probably have a 3-week at home. So I'll talk with the wife and we'll see what we can do for there. Yeah. How about you? How's your week looking?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll start with my Tybalts. So today was a dress down day at school for the Mental Health Awareness Day. I happened to wear these white Jordans. And today of all days, I'm walking through the hallway at lunchtime. I take a step. I hear a pop.
Oh, no.
I look down. I have stepped with my left foot onto a ketchup packet, which has exploded, scatter-shotting ketchup directly onto my entire right foot, all over the white Jordans. And I just looked down. I'm like, oh my God, I can't actually believe that this just happened.
It's almost comical in a way, right? Like you gotta laugh at it at some point.
Like today was the one day I'm usually wearing like black boots that have been through a million, like they've gotten redone a bunch of times. Like I can just wipe those things. I can hose those down for all I care. But these are the fresh whites. Just like the one time I had no choice but to laugh about it. It was so funny. Like I needed new laces on those things anyway. Honestly, it's time.
Oh man.
My other Tybalt this week is that one of my homework keys mysteriously vanished, so I have to go remake that now. And I make them really detailed. I spend like an hour on each homework key, so that a student that was absent that day can still follow along with it. Because I like fully read out explanations for everything. I'm kind of nuts about it, but I got to remake that. And the students are in the Google Doc and they're like, "Where's the key?" And I'm like,
"Oh no."
Still, Teferi CubeCon. I cannot wait. I'm super excited. I get to see Ratafia, who I haven't seen in a while since he moved away from Jersey. He's sort of running the event. He's like in charge of the activities. So, and actually, I met another person who's in charge of the event, Judge Jen, who's pretty big in the Magic community in the local area. They're one of the main organizers of the entire event. So
nice.
Excited to see some familiar faces in a new place at a big Magic convention. So, listener, we won't see you for a while, but if you want to stay in touch, we will still be active in Discord. I can promise that. I don't know. We're going to be posting baby pictures in there or no? Is that
we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, kind of. I'll get her a little like Chandra cosplay or something like that.
Oh my God. So feel free to hop in Discord. Come hang out with us. It's the best place to be, to stay in touch with us during this little brief hiatus. Look, it's a month. It'll go by fast. And we'll still be jamming, hopefully getting some stuff out on YouTube here or there. Again, we're not going to eat up too much of Tyler's time during this very exciting moment. So
transition period,
yeah. Patrons, thank you for your continued support. Again, a reminder, I've paused the Patreon, so we'll get back on that with the release of Foundations. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, all that good stuff, YouTube for our live drafts that we're pushing out there. We've got a good backlog at this point. A couple Duskborn ones. Man, the last one that went up, I think we didn't draft it, unfortunately, but we saw the best Duskborn deck of all time.
Oh, is this the one with the two Valgavoth's onslaught? Like all
They had
that
2
jazz?
onslaught. They had
Yeah.
the Swarm Weaver. They
Yes.
had one of the Overlords, I
The
think.
Black Overlord, yeah.
Black over like, and that was like just a portion of their deck. The
Yes.
rest of it was like good uncommons.
It's
And like,
gross.
yeah, I'll let you, listener, decide whether we won that game or not. Anywho, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in a month. Okay, maybe the best possible sign off is also the pre-show because I honestly think it was so fun. We did everything. We talked lore. We talked Pioneer.
Talk about
we
foundations.
Talked foundations. We analyzed the art of foundations. So without further ado,
we also played Explorer too. Like
we played some stuff. Without further ado, here's that. Foundations. Let's see. Lily.
I love a Johnny.
How is a Johnny fully healed after being Phyrexianized?
Well, that's what I don't. Is the Foundation storyline taking place? Like, is this a linear
I don't know.
storyline? I was just assumed this was going to be like, I don't know. I didn't think there was a story to this. Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess like Day of Judgment and
Yeah.
Elves.
These,
Ooh, that anthem is pretty sick.
It's so nice looking. I love the borderless treatment. The 9 Lives familiar looks really good.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Is that 8 tick marks on a gravestone? That's sick.
I like it.
Curiosity, stop keeping score. Banger flavor text. Love to see it.
Oh, is that?
Should we analyze some box art?
That's what I was just looking at, the box arts. Yeah, I have it open.
Kaito's there. Wait, so are they going to have desparked planeswalkers, or are they going to put like?
I saw like an art piece, like an official art piece, and it looks like Jace isn't in it. It's Kaito is replacing the blue planeswalker in this set, which I don't know how I feel about. So it makes it seem like it is a linear storyline, like related to what we're at right now.
Kaito's been creeping up in importance storyline.
I like Kaito.
He's great. He's like funny. He's kind of an asshole. He's
that's Tiny Bones right there. That's what we're thinking is Tiny Bones. But like,
he does look a little different. But
yeah, I don't know.
Wait, is that oh shoot, what was the stuff called on New Capenna, like the angel juice?
Oh, angel dust.
Yeah, what was it called? The thing that's definitely not alcohol or drugs.
Oh god, what was it? All I could think of was angel dust, but it's definitely not angel dust.
I'm thinking glimmers, but that's the thing from Duskmourn, so that's wrong.
I'm just gonna look up New Capenna drug. Halo.
Oh, duh, the
so
angel
funny.
dust. Doesn't it look like he's got a little goblet of Halo spilling out there?
Yeah. I'm assuming that's him. It definitely gives Tiny Bone vibes.
Who else is tiny and bones,
Yeah.
you know?
Does he have Chandra's goggles on his head?
Oh my god, I think he does.
Maybe?
Is that like a Jace cloak or are these? Oh wait, and then hold on, look, that's a Johnny.
Oh, that's a Johnny staff.
Double.
Oh, so it's just like
thing. What else does he have here?
Yeah, hold on. Let's examine this a little closer here.
Zoom and enhance. Okay, hold on. I've zoomed and enhanced too much. Can I
this looks like a 95-year-old's web browser right now, dude.
Okay. What if I just do this?
There we go. That's better. Oh yeah, this is like a lot of little spoilers.
What is that thing? Is that like
what is that?
Some of these I can't quite make out.
That's definitely Chandra's goggles, Jace's helmet. What's that book behind him? Is that That's not Tamiyo's journal, right? Tamiyo's journal's
could be
blue. That's probably Nissa's bow. Oh, is that Nissa's bow?
Oh wait, is it the arc bow?
I think that's the arc bow.
Vivian Reed's
Vivian's. I'm sorry, not Nissa's.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay, so what is this?
Wait, is that actually the arc bow? Arc bow. Vivian.
We're doing investigative magic research here.
Isn't the arc bow a card?
Yeah, it is a card. Did you look up? Just look up arc bow.
Oh my god.
Is it? What is this, like 3 megapixels?
Yeah.
Because I know
that's totally the arc.
Definitely, yeah. I know Vivian's in the set, so.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that carving.
Okay. So what is this then? An amalgamation of all the planeswalkers?
So his Tiny Bones, he likes stealing stuff, right? That's the joke.
Okay, so that's the joke. Okay, that makes
sense. He's just stolen a thing from every major planeswalker.
That's funny. Okay.
Is that like Gideon Searle? It's like kind of blurry to tell here, but
isn't Gideon?
Well, he's dead. but maybe Tiny Bones stole it anyway somehow. I don't know.
He stole his spark, dude.
Oh, he's a planeswalker now.
What if
like I don't know.
Nicol Bolas is like headpiece?
Is this like Domri Raid's loincloth?
I don't know if that's a flex.
Because I don't think you should steal that.
No.
And then who's Halo? Is that like?
I was gonna say, Elspeth, right? Because Elspeth.
She's the Halo sword though.
she's
But
the-
like, why is
yeah.
it back in the? I don't. Whatever. Wait, what's that sword called? The Halo sword?
Oh, the one that
That
gives
was
planeswalker that
lore.
turns planeswalkers into creatures.
Yeah,
That
that was lore relevant, right?
yeah, I remember the name of it.
Uh,
Well, now I'm super curious about this tiny bots though. It's cool. I like the box art. Nice.
yeah, this is
Oh, this
pretty
is the
fun.
bundle. I didn't realize this was the bundle we're looking at here
Oh yeah,
too.
look, yeah, I love the
Yeah.
blues and pinks and everything. This is like
Colors
a
look
fun
great. Yeah.
theming. Anyway, what else we got? A
Jumpstart.
goblin of rocks. Oh,
What
this is Jumpstart.
Jumpstart. Yeah, I'm hoping to go back to like the OG Jumpstart and not like these set exclusive Jumpstarts we've been doing. Like
Yeah.
the pull rates have been kind of crud from them. It's good for beginners.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank God we still have collector boosters. I was worried for a second there.
I didn't know where I was going to put my money.
Yeah. Wow, this is like clean design. It's
It
all
is.
like
There's Kaito.
crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kaito. They've really been going with a Johnny as the face of Magic recently.
I love a
Between the
Johnny.
shirtless a Johnny on MH3 and now this.
And we had shirtless Oko, don't forget too. We had back to back.
True.
Zaddies,
Look, sex
you know?
sells. But look, I mean,
Yeah.
he's not wearing a shirt so much as it's like some
I can see the
BDSM
abs.
gear.
That's all that matters. I see the abs. I'm happy.
True. You can make those out there. Kaito, he's got his
No Jace though, so it makes me wonder if this is linear to the storyline. But it's kind of, how can you do a foundation set with no Jace? Like that is Magic, right?
Yeah, Jace is Magic, and he's notoriously. I mean, well, in the most recent story, he was kind of a jerk. Like he saw that, so he was like about to save Kaito from getting pulled underwater or something.
Yeah.
And then he sees that Vraska and Loot, which like baby whatever, are in trouble. So he's like, "Oh, sorry, dude, I gotta bail. They're really important for plot reasons." And then he bails. Kaito planeswalks away, and then all that happens. So we never see anything else except at the end of the story, Vraska and Jace are nowhere to be seen, but Loot is captured by Valgavoth.
Oh,
And
I haven't read the story at all. I'm not up to date.
well, spoilers. This is like the last line of the story. Valgavoth. Remember Winter, the
yes.
Jundrare?
I just
So
drafted
Winter. Did you read anything about him yet?
No.
Do you want the spoilers?
Do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna read it. At
So
this point.
Winter runs into I think it was like the Wanderer and someone. Who else was in there? It's Wanderer and
There's Tyvar.
Tyvar and Zamom were together, and then Wanderer and who else was there?
It's a D-Spark Planeswalker.
I think. Oh, I see this art now. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow, Kaito really just taking the place for Jace.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because Kaito's notoriously Demir, right? Like he's never been mono.
Yeah, he's never been mono blue.
So it's interesting to have him in this place.
And Vivian.
Yeah, over Nissa.
Over Nissa. I mean, Nissa has also kind of gone MIA.
I mean, where's Garrick?
Look, don't ask about Garrick.
Garrick's my favorite planeswalker. Like I haven't seen my man in forever.
Yeah. What should I be looking up? Oh, Duskmorn characters.
Planeswalkers, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, like who are the Duskmorn characters?
Yeah, just what I wanted. Some of these like no nonsense.
Wow. Oh, cool. Like what is this? What is this?
You looked up DSK though. That could be any Minecraft creative.
Minecraft create. Wow, is this like deviant art? But is this like deviant art fan art of like a Minecraft squid OC?
This is lore. Dude. This is DSK lore. We don't know.
Oh my god! Look, there's so many of them.
There's so much lore.
Dimensional. Are those sheep?
We're getting too deep into the.
All right, I don't want to know
lore.
here. What I really want to be looking up is
Duskmorn. Yeah.
Let's try that.
Smart.
So it was them. It was Tyvar. Winter. Oh, it was Nico. Duh.
Sharding all over the place. Yeah.
How could we get about the Sharder themselves? So it was Nico and the Wanderer.
Okay.
And they bump into Winter as they're about to get like slashed by one of these guys. And that's Winter's intervention. That's this. So like Winter ushers them away. I guess I should have just looked up Winter's intervention because it literally says Nico and Wanderer in the flavor text. So they're about to get eaten by whatever this thing is. Some like saw slasher guy. Winter ushers them away, helps them find the cultists that captured Nashi. They rescue Nashi, and then Winter's like, "Oh man, these cultists, like, oh, they're the worst." And then he's like, "Oh, by the way, I know of a way out of here. Come this way," leading them all right to more cultists. And then Valgavoth, it's like Valgavoth's inner sanctum. And he's like, "Oh,
Oops.
Winter, you did good. Good job getting initiated into my cult." And then they're like, Winter, you betrayed us. And he's like, Valgavoth promised me that I could escape the house. Or he promised, I think it was one of those stupid things where he's like, Valgavoth promised me freedom if I brought him the planeswalkers that invaded his sanctum. So then there's like a big battle, and that's the, hold on.
The best draft card.
Yeah, just insane. So they onslaught Tyvar. I always forget Tyvar's ability that he can like shapeshift into anything he touches.
I don't think I even remembered that. Really, what did he turn into?
A pretty sick ability. I mean, it came up a couple times in the last arc where he like he turned himself into Phyrexian.
He's from Kaldheim.
Yeah.
So we're changeling? Because I know we had a lot of changelings in Kaldheim.
I don't think he is. Hold on, what's his type line?
I could have sworn he was an elf.
He's an elf warrior.
We're doing so many subcategories here.
Yeah, I don't think he's a changeling because he's not changing type. He's like changing what his body's made of. So if he like grabs a stone statue, he can like turn himself to stone, and then he's like fighting as a stone guy.
Like Kevin 11 from Ben 10.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my god, you know Ben 10, dude? Aren't we the same age? Did you not watch Ben 10?
Dude, I did not, and here's why. I got so mad.
How did we get to Kevin 11 though? Like we're talking
Kevin 11? Hold on.
Yeah, Kevin 11. He could absorb like materials he touched.
This guy.
Well, eventually he like absorbed the Omnitrix and like got all the powers, but like
prior
he like touched. Well, I'm not going to go to the Ben 10
Is it a Zuko arc? Is it like because he's got Zuko vibes?
It was like a Zuko arc. He eventually, like in the later shows, he was like on their team.
I see.
But he still had, like that douchebag attitude.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get
copyright
struck by Ben 10. Yeah. So
all right. So we went from Ben 10 to from Tykar to from Valgavoth.
So anyway. So Tyvar, he did something kind of clever throughout this story. He like touches the wall to turn him, and he can extend his power to other people too. He turns himself and Zimone into the house. So like they're both made of wood, but it's also like living Valgavoth wood.
Yeah.
So when he does that, they stop getting attacked by the house because the house doesn't see them as like an outsider anymore.
Oh, it's like you turn yourself into a white blood cell, and the white blood cell doesn't attack you.
Exactly. But the downside is they start going nuts. They start hearing Valgavoth's whispers in their mind and like start trying to kill each other and like start saying like, actually, maybe this house is kind of sick and we should stay here and kill people in it. And then like Zimone is like, Tyvar, we got to do this in like brief stints.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna go nuts. But anyway, so they come. Tyvar is pummeling all these guys. They beat up Valgavoth a little bit. I think Kaito comes back and stabs him, but it doesn't kill him. It just makes them release like everyone. They get out. I forget how they get out. I think like Alquist Proft does something like he opens the door from the other side and they all get out there. I forget. But anyway, they all get out. Afterwards, Valgavoth, he's like, man, I can't believe all those delicious planeswalkers got out. Good thing you're still here looking at Loot and Winter. And he's like, man, what to do with you guys? Which one should I eat? And he's like, well, Loot seems like important. So I'm going to just tuck you away. I think he like puts him in the ceiling or something. And then he goes to Winter and he's like, hey, Winter, you know how I said I'd give you freedom from being alive, and then eats him.
The ultimate sacrifice for us.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
and that's how we started with Magic Foundations. Then we went to Kaido.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what it was. So yeah, Jace. So Loot is trapped in the ceiling in Valgavoth Duskmourn. I saw a tweet and it was something like ain't no way we're going back to Duskmourn anytime soon, where the main enemy is a house. Like, what are they going to do? Call the interdimensional HOA on them? Like,
yeah, I don't know what we're doing here. So but is Loot still stuck by the end of the story?
Yeah.
And loot's like the key of everything right now. So
The
like
key
we
to
have
everything.
to do
And Jace
something.
and Vraska are nowhere to be seen. Loot is by himself with Valgaboth. So who knows how that happened?
So I'm curious if Foundations is going to be a storyline. If not, the next one we have is what? Another Strixhaven visit? Like we're back on Strixhaven
yeah.
plan?
Maybe Lily's. I mean, Liliana's still
That's true.
teaching at Strixhaven, right?
Well, Lily's in Foundation, so I'm curious to know, where that's going to happen.
So that'll actually be a good test. Like whatever Lily's up to in this set, it'll be pretty clear from
Where's Chandra been too, right? Chandra is back with Nissa, right?
I think they like walked through an Omen path together to lands unknown.
So much unknown.
Maybe it'll just be a core set, you know?
Could be. That's what I'm expecting. It's just we're the Kaidos here. That's the only thing that's like throwing me off here from Foundations.
And you know what's still getting me? The fact that we know that this storyline concludes with an interdimensional Mad Max space race.
I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie.
How are we getting from?
I love vehicles.
Oh yeah, same. And if we can get some more SpaceX, like pretty sick. But how are we getting from here to there? Like lore wise.
Eldrazi.
The Eldrazi do something. Emrakul comes out of the moon. Whatever.
I mean,
get this deck out. Oh no, I hit play instead. All right, well, get some gameplay.
Is this the Pioneer deck we're talking
This is the Pioneer deck. Yeah, so this is the deck, the exact list that I think it was 14th place at the RC, so like locked for Pro Tour, which is pretty sick. Okay, so this is Pioneer. It's Explorer really, but basically Pioneer. Banger hand. We have Cavern against Blue-White Control, which is very popular right now.
Decking out your decks over here.
I mean, look, I got a couple. We lost the die roll, which is the easiest way to win with this deck.
Then they have Cryptic Command sleeves. I think we just lose, right?
I mean, this is clearly a control gamer, even though they didn't companion Kahira, which means that they might be doing something weird.
Cryptic Command sleeves.
We just Cavern on human right away.
Fairy planes, symbol.
Yeah, actually,
not liking this.
Yeah, opens on Hallowed Fountain. All signs are pointing blue-white. Oh, and Hall of Storm Giants. Yeah, this is blue-white control. So not having a Thalia and the opener is a little worse. My God, do they have priority set on everything here? All right, good that we bet on that. We can play turn 2 Mutavault. Here we just go.
Oh, we have Caverns of Souls anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, blue-white's actually a better matchup than it would seem like. And we have a lot of good sideboard options against them. Here we're just going to try to go Lieutenant into Adeline and just kill them.
I thought they were about to counter this. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. So that's pretty good. Hopefully they don't have anything here. Really, 4 mana is where it gets messy. That's when they have their Wrath. Like a Thalia would still be good. I mean, here we do just go for it anyway. Like if they have Wrath, they have Wrath. But if they had Wrath, they probably wouldn't have used March.
Is Split Up seeing any play in these formats?
Actually, no, not really.
No, okay.
3
mana Wrath.
Yeah, it is just too like against humans. Oh my God, Cycling Sensor. That's good for us. And getting to attack here. Yeah, Split Up hasn't actually seen much play in Pioneer, at least. I can't speak to other formats, but yeah.
The drawbacks are just too bad.
Ooh, no Wrath is really good. And now here's the tech.
Birdsee's play too.
This is why we're playing blue. So here's the list. Just move us over there. So this list it's a stock humans list for Mockingbird.
Wow.
Mockingbird is basically just 4 extra copies of Thalia's Lieutenant. And it turns out having 4 extra copies of this in your deck is just that good.
I love
this. Is a bit of an awkward turn though. Here I think we're gonna go. We want some Wrath protection, and we really want the Adeline to survive if anything. So I think we're gonna go Copper Coat Uncounterable. Because if they had a way to like really mess up our board, they would have done it last turn. Here I'm expecting Wandering Emperor. So giving our stuff ward makes the exile worse. And then we're going to Dauntless Bodyguard on the Adeline, just in case they have like a Get Lost or something. And
this is gross.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good. This is a really good start.
I mean, when the control player does nothing too, it helps.
Yeah. Yeah, we clearly blanked at least one counterspell. If they have a bunch of...
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
That's how it goes sometimes. They're going to bring in Wraths, so we bring in Anointed Peacekeepers, and funny enough, Wedding Announcement doesn't really do much against blue-white. If you're playing into their Wrath, you've already kind of lost, so it's like it's good against Wrath, but like it's not as good as it could be. It's like we go down the Cathars. What is happening here? Can it reset? We can go up. Really, I mean, kind of it.
Is that sheltered by? Really, sheltered?
Sheltered by. So this is my
Wow.
personal tech. Most stock lists will play 4 portable hole, and this is against the black red, the new red ley line, whatever that thing's called.
Yeah. Leyline
You know
of
how
Residence.
you know how there's that turn 2 kill
Yes.
in standard. In Pioneer, it's even more consistent.
Cool.
With, like,
awesome.
the older card,
So sheltered by ghost giving lifelink seems pretty relevant.
I've been liking it, and portable hole might just be better, but like you can disrupt their creatures really easily with the ghost shelter and the brutal Cathar.
And it hits any non-land permanent, right? Like there's no mana value restriction on it, so
yeah,
flexibility is pretty nice.
Protection. Yeah, it has some good use against the black red decks too. Like there's a sack deck, there's a Valgavoth Reanimator deck.
Oh wow.
There's a mid-range deck. There's like 3 different flavors of black red right now, and this is pretty good against all of them. Just giving Ward 2 is pretty relevant.
Cool.
I don't know. I think I'm supposed to bring in the wedding announcements, but Mockingbird gets worse against Wraths.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think I'll go like that. Yeah, like if they Wrath and you top deck Mockingbird, and it's just like a 1/1. Something I didn't know about that card, it can copy your opponent's stuff.
Yes.
I didn't even realize it.
Flexibility. What's that one enchantment that removes like all creatures mana value 3 or less?
Oh yeah, it does. Okay. That's temporary lockdown.
That's what it is. I played a couple like constructed format things because I like to play aggro. Like I hit with that, and I'm like, I hate this. I'm never doing this again. I'm just gonna secret draft and commander. Cool. Okay.
All right. I was actually gonna mulligan, but they mulled to 6 and then scooped, so I will take it.
Oh, dude, we're one game away from Diamond. You just gotta play it.
You really guys just play it out?
It's up to you.
I mean, look. I mean, this is a long pre-show. We just make this the sign off too. I mean, why not get some good stuff in there? This has been a fun combo. Yeah, let's get one more game in. So
one win, we get Diamond.
Yeah. Plus, I was going to say that the temporary lockdown. That's why you have 3 main deck get lost.
Because it brings it back.
Yeah, a lot of people have just played what's it called? Destroy evil instead, like destroy target enchantment or a creature with power 4 greater.
Yeah, flexibility.
And the only difference between that and Get Lost is Get Lost can hit Planeswalkers too. It can hit any creature, and it gives them the maps, right? But
yeah, some downside.
I mean, against blue white, like you don't care if you give them some maps. Oh, good, another Jace person. Jace Fox avatar.
Oh wait, where'd you get the? I didn't know Jace Fox avatar was in this.
I actually have no idea how they got that.
I gotta Google it. I need the furry representation.
I'm gonna mull this. Oh god, this is bad. Mull that. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Keep going, Dad. Keep going.
Actually, keeping a 4 on humans, not insane. Could win from here. I almost don't want to show them, and I just want to go to game 2.
Do it. You can't play 4, right?
I mean,
might as well learn something.
Let's try it. Yeah, let's try it.
Because every deck plays. I mean, you're going to say you're going to put human here, right? So you give some information away.
But that was just a like. I mean, each of those first 3 hands, those were like bottom 5% hands. Oh, good. Black. They're going to fatal push my officer. Go to game 2.
Good start. Good start.
I've played this deck an awful lot. I know the patterns. I don't even want to see what they're doing. Against black decks, you bring in the wedding announcements. Depending on the flavor of black deck, you can bring in Sheltered by Ghosts, but you just go down like a brutal Cathar and a Mockingbird because they bring in Wraths. And once I know what kind of Wrath, you can go up the Anointed Peacekeepers too.
Yeah.
But that's a little better once you know what you're playing against. All right, this hand is disappointing, but it's like...
it's better than the other ones.
Better than the other ones, yeah.
Cavernous Soul looks so good.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, right? I think I only have 3 caverns in real life. I got to get that 4th one.
What's real life?
Come on. Black decks, they always have Fatal Push.
I don't... Yeah, well...
All right. This is not a very good... I don't see us winning this one. This might just be a loss. I mean, black decks with the turn 1 Fatal Push, that's like...
and
they've got
this card he's playing?
Yeah, it looks like a mono black devotion deck. Maybe they're playing...
Makes sense.
They might be playing. What is the black the Kamigawa rare that got banned in standard?
Oh, despair. Invoke despair.
Invoke despair. Yeah, sometimes they
Nice.
play that. This is kind of bad. We could have Ganjo to kill this thing, or get lost to play the initiate. But this isn't like this isn't even the biggest threat that they're gonna have. They're
it's
gonna
just
have
annoying.
yeah. I think we're gonna have to draw something good to win this one. So I think we actually are supposed to just play Copper Coat instead. Just like run these guys out. And I think we just offer this trade. I don't know. Yeah, I think we're supposed to offer the trade. The only reason not to is maybe we draw an Adeline. And then if we have 2 Copper Coats. Oh wow, they're playing Nykthos? I haven't really seen that too much. And they have another one.
Not looking great.
No. I'm just gonna attack here and I'm just gonna Ganjo. This is not good. This is like exactly what a deck playing against humans wants to do. Soak up a bunch of damage. That turns off their Nykthos at least. Did you find out where the Jace?
No, I can't find. I can't even find it like anywhere.
Layla of the Boy.
Oh, why?
What? Are they just playing that to get free devotion for Nykthos? Is that
they might not have anything better to do?
That's an insane thing to do, right? Like you know how some like green devotion decks play that the green ley line to just get the extra devotion. Like this can't be right, right?
Well, is that see play in this format though? Like in general?
I mean, not even really. Look, now that they're gonna Thoughtseize, like I guess I just kill.
Well, that gives them maps, but I guess they have no creatures in this matter, right?
Yeah, and like maybe they didn't even flip the Nykthos mana. They have nothing to do with it. Like I don't really know what's happening over there.
And I can't find anything about this. Jace Fox.
Stargaze. Okay, never mind. We're playing against some kind of brew. I don't know what's going on over there. Wow, they've been double Thoughtseize.
Oh, it's from the Arena Open Bloomborough. Everybody who participate got it.
Oh. Huh. Cool. I mean,
we won that one. I was so fixated on the Fox.
Oh, I don't even know how I did. Honestly, I don't know what this deck is doing. So they played Stargaze. They have they're playing a bunch of Thoughtseizes, a bunch of gifted Aetherborns, and like some sort of Nykthos. Maybe they're playing like is Grey Merchant of Asphodel legal in Pioneer, right?
Brother, I don't play Pioneer.
I don't know. Theros has to be legal.
I'll be your Googler. Yeah, well, no, because it was 2012 Ravnica, right? That technically started that Theros was after that.
Yeah.
So it should be legal.
Yeah.
But these are weird cards like Stargaze. Like that's not a permanent. That's not going to really help you with this.
Yeah, I don't know. This is just some kind of brew. But I mean, they're in plat, so like they must be doing something. This hand's fine. We need the land, but we're on the draw, so this would be the kind of draw where like copying Coppercoat Vanguard functionally just gives all of our stuff hexproof.
Yeah, the ward is so relevant.
And against like Fatal Push decks too. Wow, Sunken Citadel. I really don't know what's happening here.
Homebrew. Or they're just trying to get like play black cards to get their coins type of thing.
This is just so. I mean, in that case, I'd feel pretty bad losing to like an off meta deck when, you know, this is like a pretty sizable.
This is a slow start. Here's a Fatal Push.
Push, my God. I mean, it's not like totally just lose the game now. Oh, this is interesting. Playing Seachrome or Mutavault. I mean, I think I'm supposed to play the Mutavault. Just that.
What's the reason over Mutavault over Seachrome here?
Because if we top deck, if we for some reason want to attack with a Mutavault next turn, we want it in play. I don't actually think we're going to. Like we have gas in hand.
Yeah, stalls you out a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see what they're actually doing. Oh, I was right. It is the
it is okay.
It is Grey Merchant.
It was just a weird start.
Yeah. So what are they don't actually have another land. They're stuck on 3 lands. So this costs 5. This costs 5. We can basically ignore those 2 cards.
Shelly's probably the pick here, right?
Yeah. The March is good, but
we have Coppercoat out. I mean, if we're going to copy it too.
Yeah, that's true. They have to pay the word if they want to target the Peacekeeper. Yeah, I think Shieldred's probably the right call.
You
Shieldred's
know
a
more
good
about this.
card.
You know more about this meta than I do. So
No, I mean, if they draw the land, they just slam the Shieldred, and then we're in trouble. So no, this seems good to me. Next turn, we're looking to go
there's the land.
Adeline, Bodyguard Adeline.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So now, I mean, they can march. They can't march the Peacekeeper without exiling a card for its weird little extra mode thing.
Looks like they're gonna hit the Copper Coat.
Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, double Adeline. Yeah, we want to get an Adeline attacking as fast as possible against the Shieldred, and honestly, the Invoke Despair. We want to get like a
Tokens out.
Yeah, tokens. And if they top deck the land, it's kind of sad because they can just invoke. It doesn't really do much.
What are you gonna hit the Mockingbird probably?
Yeah, I mean now maybe they. This means they're not gonna block this Adeline probably.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because like as long as this is in play, this is dead. Ooh, nice. That's a nice draw.
Top deck.
Yeah. Oh, so you want to see some cool tech?
Let's see it.
Well, they can draw off Castle Lockbane. That would hit them for.
Hey, congrats on
Diamond! I didn't get to show off my cool tech. I didn't get to show off the cool tech. Okay, hold on. So, thank you. All right, get out of here, rank up animation. I gotta show off the tech. Okay, so what you do here is, you exile the Aetherborn, you attack with Adeline and all these, and then before damage, you turn your tapped Mutavault into a creature to boost Adeline's power by 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an onboard combat trick that a lot of opponents don't see coming. I've like swung for lethal without them knowing that way before.
That's so funny.
Or against like a Beza. Yeah, it's funny. It's like against Beza sometimes.
Beza sees playing Pioneer?
Oh, Beza is one of the best cards against the deck, actually.
I know nothing about this format.
It's a pretty sick format right now. I mean, the RC just happened, so there's a lot of good deck lists floating around. Anywho.
Slag.
We probably should record the episode.
Oh yeah.